So, what if you could actually achieve your biggest, wildest ambitions with, get this, just a calendar and a pen? Today, we're going to break down a brilliantly simple system that's designed to do exactly that.
I mean, it's a question we all face, right? You've got this massive goal, you want to write a book, learn to code, get in shape, but the sheer size of it is just paralyzing. You don't even know where to begin. But what if the answer isn't some complex app or a super expensive course?
Okay, the very first step is a huge mental shift. You have to stop staring at that distant finish line. Instead, you've got to focus entirely on the one small action you can take today. The secret weapon here isn't some random burst of genius or luck, it's just showing up every single day. And this is really the heart of the whole idea. Just forget about motivation for a second. Forget about waiting until you feel inspired. The only thing that truly matters is building a chain of consistent, daily actions. That's it. Your only job, don't break the chain.
So, where does this incredibly powerful yet simple idea come from? Well, it's often called the Seinfeld Method. And yep, you guessed it, it comes from that Jerry Seinfeld. The story goes that a young comedian once caught him outside a club and asked him for advice on how to become a better writer. And this was Seinfeld's answer. He said, "Go get a big wall calendar, one that shows the whole year. And for every single day that you do your work, in his case writing jokes, you get to put a big, fat, red X over that day. And after a few days, you'll have a chain. The rule is simple, but it is powerful. Your one and only job is to not break that chain." Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds almost too simple to actually work, right? A calendar and a marker? But there's some really powerful psychology at play here. This thing taps directly into our brain's core reward systems. This isn't just about marking up a calendar. It's about literally rewiring your mind for consistency. Let's dig into why this little trick is so effective. At its very core, the Seinfeld Method is a masterclass in building habits, and fast. By doing a small action and then immediately, and I mean immediately, giving yourself that satisfying X, you're closing this little neurological loop with a clear reward. That X is like a tiny hit of dopamine for your brain. It says, hey, that was good, let's do that again tomorrow. And over time, the action becomes less about willpower and way more about instinct.
And this idea connects perfectly with modern productivity science. It's not just about forming one habit. It's about the incredible power of accumulation. You know, experts like James Clear have shown that these tiny, consistent efforts don't just add up, they compound. It's like interest in a bank account. Your daily X's build on each other, leading to this amazing exponential growth over time.
So seeing that chain, that visual proof of your work, creates this powerful psychological feedback loop. You can literally see your effort, which builds momentum and holds you accountable. But then something else happens. Our brains are hardwired with something called loss aversion. We hate losing things way more than we enjoy winning them. And that beautiful, unbroken chain of X's, that becomes something you desperately don't want to lose. So the motivation totally shifts. You're no longer just exercising for the end goal. You're doing it to protect the streak. The chain itself becomes the reward.
Okay, so this is not just some abstract theory for comedians. This is a super practical tool you can apply to pretty much any area of your life. So let's get into some real-world scenarios.
At work, especially with those huge projects that just feel impossible, this is a game changer. Instead of staring down a 50-page report, your only goal for today is to write one paragraph. Instead of a massive software build, it's just 30 minutes of coding. You keep the chain alive, and before you know it, the project actually gets done.
If you're a student, this can be your secret weapon against burnout during exam season. Don't think about the entire textbook you need to master. No way. Just focus on today's chain. Review your notes for 15 minutes, learn 5 new terms. As that chain of X's gets longer and longer, so does your knowledge and your confidence.
And of course, it works just as well for all those personal goals we have. You want to get fit? Don't commit to an hour at the gym every day. Commit to just 10 minutes of exercise at home. Want to learn guitar? Just 15 minutes of practice. The barrier to get started is so low, but the cumulative results, they're absolutely huge.
All right, so you're ready to start. The real beauty of this whole method is how ridiculously simple it is. There's no complicated setup. Here's your entire plan, laid out in 5 super direct steps. First, and this is important, pick just one thing. Don't try to build 5 chains at once. You'll burn out. Second, define the absolute smallest, easiest version of that action, the 2-minute version.
Third, get that calendar and put it somewhere you will see it every single day. On your wall, on your fridge, doesn't matter. Fourth, as soon as you do the thing, immediately mark that beautiful X. And fifth, the golden rule. Protect that chain. That is your new priority.
Ultimately, that's the profound shift this method really offers. It takes success out of the world of someday maybe dreams and anchors it firmly in the reality of your daily routine. You stop worrying about the outcome and you start trusting the process, 1x at a time.
So the only question left to ask is this: what is that one single important goal you have? And what is the smallest possible step you can take to start forging your own chain? Right now, today.